Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is the Thursday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Don't forget to join us today at 1 p.m. We'll be introducing our board of directors, our international board of directors, and I think you'll find that very interesting, and you'll be able to ask them some questions, how they feel about serving, being chosen, and then saying, "Yes, I will do this, Lord." Today's topic is going to be abundance awaits, breaking free from the poverty mindset through risk. Wow, that's a biggie. When you get in touch with the Heavenly Father and the Divine Mother on a daily basis, and you realize who you are, then you realize fear is something that you shall overcome. And the urgency of that fear that's inside of you has a lot to do without how you equate abundance, but especially does how you equate risk. Do you know that most of the world, when they have money, and I'm talking 60 to 80% of the world that does have any money, if they do, it's in savings and in a CD in a bank, earning somewhere between 2 and 4% a year. It's part of the same mindset that sees themselves as an employee their whole life, that thinks about, working for the government or something, and you ask them why, and they say, well, because they have such good benefits. What they're really saying is they feel like the government's going to take care of them. They don't know that they're already falling into a trap of where the government is going to take care of them. They think the government is their almighty mother. And like my dad used to say, they're still sucking on hind, you know what. That whole mindset of that fear is how leaders in third world countries create dictatorships. It's how during the Boxing Rebellion in Russia that we went from the Tsar mentality into communism. Then it spread to Venezuela and Cuba. How are their economies doing now, right? They're trying to spread it throughout America. It's been infiltrating the European countries for the longest time. You can make a case that even unions are formed out of this mindset, a right to get ours for a decent wage, never thinking about graduating into an entrepreneur mindset. An entrepreneur mindset is like that dragon this past year that soared. That bird's ready to leave that cage and to fly and to fly and to fly. One of the most profound things that Lama Jibo Yang told me right before I left Tibet in the early 1980s was, you're going to have 3 sons, you're going to be a father. That was enough to process. And you're going to be an entrepreneur, and I didn't even know how to spell it. Do you? And I looked at him, I said, the old man's done flipped completely out. Well, this old man's still around over 40 years after he told me that. And all the physicians that helped me out, they're all dead and gone now. And most of the world falls into that mindset. And because most of the world, through the collective unconsciousness, feed that mindset, the world's set up just like it is. The world will show up to support what you're spending your time thinking about, and especially what you feel at any given time. And when you're doing your mirror meditation, if you feel that you deserve 2 to 4% a year, and it has to be FDIC secured, governmental secured, then guess what? you got exactly what you thought. More importantly, you got exactly what you felt. And you vibrated that, and that's where you are. But as you grow it with COC here, and you understand why we even call this prosperity of life on Thursday, money front door, money back door, that's focused on the 2 chapters of money in the Circle of Chi. Both our first edition and our latest edition that was done in 2023. Make sure you have a copy of that because it is definitely eye-opening. Robert Kiyosaki created the concept of cash flow quadrant. Master David, Brother Nate, and myself, and a few other individuals like Lynette and other people, we're trying to get you into the other quadrants. We're trying to get you into being self-employed. And when you're self-employed, there's a huge shift because now you have to listen to God. And if you don't, self-employed people just don't make it. You have to turn to divine intervention on a daily basis, let alone being a business owner and an investor where only 5% of the world exists, but they control 95% of the wealth. And their rate of return, I assure you, is well beyond 2 to 5% because they think they deserve that. They think they deserve 10%, 15%, 16%, sometimes even 20%. There's also something else that they understand. The average person that clings to poverty mindset, the employee mindset, the union mindset is the same mindset where socialism and communism is looking for a new home in them. They just don't know it. That's why they're putting up with all the crap that's going on, because the government keeps promising them what their mommies and daddies used to promise them, and they don't make the connection. They're still a child. This past year, the growth in jobs in America were number 1, right? In government. Wonder why that is. And then the second is where government feeds the second industry, healthcare, which is not healthcare, it's sick care. Like life insurance is really death insurance, but they put a little different spin on that, right? If you really wanted life insurance, you'd be smarter to buy an annuity, right? Because your expenses on that product would be much less, right? And you would literally get a couple percent higher. Yes, it doesn't have a death benefit, but it has what you put into it. That's a pivot point right there. It always comes down to it, doesn't it, Lama G? Who do we see when we're looking in the mirror, right? Check us out today. I think you'll enjoy hearing from the board, hearing from the international board about what we're going to be doing, determining where wellness centers go, where ranches go, how to modify and grow COC online, how to improve the tours. Yeah, they're going to be involved in all of that. And I think you'll appreciate that they are just like you, that they're teachers, they're members, they're students. They're just like you, very relatable, right? But they're striving to embrace prosperity of life and leave that poverty consciousness way behind. Are you ready to jump in the boat? Both feet in the boat? If you are, hit us up in the comment section and let us know. Lama G, we'll see you today bright and early with the hostess, with the mostest, Sister Lynette, and our board of direction of COC. God bless and Baraka Bashai. I'll see you tomorrow on Shangri-La Friday. See you soon.